Dabur is set to post its Q3 FY21 numbers, and we are expecting a good set of numbers coming in from Dabur. In terms of revenues, we're expecting an 11% growth, a double-digit growth for the company, and the revenue is expected to be at 2,632 crores. So a good growth, a double-digit growth on a year-on-year basis in terms of revenue. Talking about the profits of the company, the bottom line of the company, we're expecting an 18% jump. 18% jump is a good jump in the profits of the company. 470 crores is what we're expecting the profits to come in at. Talking about the margins of the company, we are expecting a 70 basis point expansion in terms of margins, and margins will come in at 21.6% versus 20.9% on a year-on-year basis. So a nice expansion which we're expecting to see in terms of the margins of the company. Volume growth, a very important number which we do keep an eye out for in most FMCG companies. We're expecting a double-digit volume growth again in Dabur, and that is expected to be at 12%, and this is the second consecutive quarter that we'll be seeing a double-digit volume growth as well for Dabur. So second consecutive quarter of double-digit growth, 12% is what we are expecting. In terms of what is actually leading to this volume growth is obviously the strong demand that we have seen in rural areas, and Dabur does have a good enough salience in rural areas as well. So that demand is surely leading the growth for volume growth for the company. Other than that, the health, nutrition as well as the oral care segment is something also which has seen a good growth, and that is what is also expected to lead, drive the volume growth for the company, as well as in turn the revenues of the company are also seen improving. Now talking about the health supplements as well as the oral care segment, like I mentioned, it's expected to do well, and the growth momentum which we had seen in the last couple of quarters as well, with the focus being on these segments, that is surely going to continue. The growth momentum is expected to continue. Talking about the juice segment, that is expected to see a sequential recovery. That was not doing quite well, but we are expecting a sequential recovery this quarter. Talking about the margins of the company, we have seen an inflationary pricing trend which is coming in for agri-linked inputs as well, and that does impact the gross margins of the company. Maybe that would limit, that is not this time for Dabur, it is not actually leading to a contraction, but limiting the expansion of gross margin is what we're expecting, and that is why overall in terms of EBITDA margin also, gross margin is expected to not contract in turn, and obviously cost efficiency measures also which the company has been taking and focusing on improving and reducing their costs, that is something expected to aid the margins, the operating margins, the EBITDA margins which you normally do see. That is expected to see a 70 basis point expansion because of the cost efficiency measures, as well as the inflation of agri inputs not having that much of an impact, and maintaining the margins, gross margins also on the positive side, surely leading to better overall operating margins as well. Now, what are the factors that we're going to watch out for? In terms of commentary, we'll be watching out for the domestic volume growth commentary, what is the sustainability that the management expects, trends in terms of the sales of new launches that they've had in the last couple of months, how are they actually performing, what is the contribution coming in from new launches as well as the outlook and performance of the international business is something that is going to be a key monitorable as well. So let's keep an eye out on that, and how the international business is performing and what are the trends that they're seeing over there as well. These are the key factors that we'll be keeping an eye out for from Dabur, and all in all, we're expecting a decent set of numbers.